Welcome back to my channel, This Fairy Tale Life. Today I have an awesome video for you. I've been wanting to make this video for a long time, and actually people have been requesting it quite a bit on Instagram because I'm always in the DMs just helping people plan their vacations, and a lot of these topics come up and I recommend these hotels all the time. So I'm just gonna put a video together and put all of the wealth of knowledge into the video for you. If you're new to my channel, my name is Christina Raye and I'm bringing the magic every day, but not just from the parks. I also just am really into the concept of having and living your fairy tale life, hence the name of my channel, This Fairy Tale Life. I love to save people money on this channel, whether it's from like finding really cool trends or doing elevated DIYs for the magical holidays, or going on a wild family Disney vacation or a vacation solo to a magical place. And I just love to like seek out the fun, report back, and share all of the information with you and get you there for as cheaply as you possibly can get there and get the cool look, the mommy and me style, and the magical mugs and what have you. I'm bringing the magic daily. So if you like that kind of thing, subscribe to my channel, like all the content that you can, and definitely follow along for the ride. Today's video is about sharing 5 amazing hotels that are off property near Disneyland, and I just think they're awesome. So I'm going to share with you these options, and I'm going to go over the pros and cons and give my honest review of those hotels. And I'm hoping that it'll just inspire you to pick the perfect one for your vacation. And this is just for everyone, like whether you're going on a solo vacation or you're going with your bestie or you're taking your whole family, what have you, let's go over it. And I just want to point out that if you watch all the way to the end, please do, I will be revealing some pro travel tips, and I've got a good one to think about. My favorite of these hotels and my least favorite. And I would definitely like to first say that I would stay again in all of these. Okay, so I'm proud of this little group. And I've stayed in them all. So that's an important fact too, is I actually know about all these. Let's get started. I'm gonna start with the Cambria Hotel. This is a beautiful hotel. And when we stayed there, we had a little one in a stroller still, and it was quite a walk, like at least 15 to 20 minutes from Disneyland entrance. And I have to say at night, it was like killing us to get back. But since then I realized, and I don't know if they had this option back then, maybe they did, the Art Shuttle, which is a shuttle service that's all around Disney that you should learn about if you don't know about it. It's super simple. You download the app, you get your daily tickets. That's a great option. If you were to stay at this hotel, you could take the Art Shuttle. So I don't recommend it for walking with strollers or walking to the park, period. They have a huge water park. I mean, it's massive. They have like 2 or 3 different pools, beautiful furniture. I love pool furniture, so it's gotta be good. They have a free buffet breakfast with Mickey waffles. That's an important one, although there is always a line for that. Remember, if you're gonna get your Mickey waffle, first you gotta get a little skill down because that's not the easiest thing to make, and then there's always a line. Okay, just gonna say it. So if you're rope dropping, I wouldn't recommend using the buffet. I typically like to use the buffets the day that I'm leaving the area, not on my park day. But anyway, they have quite a selection of food. It's delicious. They also have a bar, and they have a restaurant, and they have a gift shop and like a little marketplace. All of those things are wonderful. There's parking underneath the hotel. You're not in the magical bubble, let's just say. I like to be in the bubble, the Disney bubble, where everyone is going to Disneyland. And at this place, I felt like, well, maybe they could be going to the convention center and they're doing some kind of meeting or business operation, who knows. The water slides are awesome. And I definitely feel like for a little bit older kid, like 5 and above, 5 to 12, 5 to 15, like this would be like a really fun water park because the water slides are pretty big, and they do have like a big screen projector where they're like doing movies in the pool and stuff. So I would imagine, I didn't go at night, I would imagine at nighttime, that's a rockin' place to be. The rooms, we had a 1-bedroom suite, which I remember it being like decently priced, and it was beautiful. It's a very nice hotel. The rooms are beautiful, and it had like a kitchenette and everything. Like we could have taken advantage of like having all of our food there if we wanted to. And I just remember the rooms being really pretty. So that's a great option. There's also like in the complex, there's a Starbucks, there's like Yogurtland, they have a Habit Burger. They have like all these other food options that are literally like you could throw a rock from the front doorstep and you could go have your meals out there on your way to the park, grab a Starbucks, what have you. So convenience for food, absolutely great. You do have to pay for parking. I would say the free breakfast is nice. Having dining options is also a perk, but the proximity to Disneyland for me was a problem. But, you know, I would stay there again. I really liked it if I had like a good transportation option. Like I've never tried the art. Hopefully it's cool, and hopefully that's a good recommendation for you. I would imagine so. I mean, every hotel is using it for the most part. Okay, so now I'm going to tell you about the Howard Johnson by Wyndham Hotel, which we also call the Hojo. The Hojo is my home away from home. But I'm going to be honest with you, I do partner with this hotel, but my review is 100% honest. I'm giving my like truthful reaction, like how I actually feel in my heart about the Hojo. And I do receive commission. If you use my link and my code, I'll get you a little discount. But only if you obviously feel like it's the right fit for your family. The Hojo has been a memory maker for us. We've been going for years. Affordability, I'm just telling you, it's an amazingly affordable hotel depending on peak season and when you're getting your reservations. Obviously, that all plays into the price point of these hotels. The Hojo has a water park, Castaway Cove, which is darling. It's a pirate ship, and they've got the splash pad, and they've got a cute little water slide, and then these little water slides, and these dumping mushroom splashing areas. They have a jacuzzi. They have epic firework visibility. So we just like pulled our little lawn chair over to the side and looked off, and we were able to see the Matterhorn there, and we were able to see all the fireworks. I have it on video here for you to see. Also, you can watch it from the jacuzzi at a certain angle of the jacuzzi, like half the jacuzzi and over. Lifeguards are amazing there. They are watching you like a hawk. They do wristbands, and they also have another pool, the garden pool, which has ample seating and cute lawn chairs and yellow and white striped towels. I love that detail. And it's all like pine trees surrounded. It's a really beautiful pool. They have life preservers and stuff for kids and all kinds. So you do have to have your bracelet on, and you have to keep that on for like your whole stay. So be prepared to be wearing a pool bracelet at Downtown Disney. What I'd like to say about the Hojo. The Hojo is like slowly renovating their buildings. And so we always stay in building 2. They remodeled these rooms to be very cool. It's got a vintage retro flair going. That's why we love the hotel. Bright blue and orange colors, Mickey pictures in the rooms, and then all the hallways have these like vintage posters with like old Matterhorn ride, drawings and stuff. And they're very beautiful, and you feel like you're like in the theme of Disney. Disney bubble, absolutely. Everybody's going to Disney. I mean, like, I don't know, maybe they're doing other stuff, but they look like they're going to Disney. There's families everywhere. It's like a family packed, family fun house. So that being said, the buildings are older looking on the exterior, still retro vibe, but not bad. Like, I think it's cute. It's a pretty place. It's very calm when you're there. Everyone's kind. You do have to worry about parking. Like, you need to make sure your stuff is out of your car and whatnot. I've never had any trouble, but it's Anaheim. So you do have to, get everything out of your car at night and make sure that it's locked up good. They don't have underground parking or anything. They have a darling gift shop. Lots of cute stuff in there. They've got a good buyer. And they also have this fascinating futuristic suite that they offer. It's very expensive. There's a whole book about it, and it's very interesting. So that's actually like a really super cool thing that this hotel does. There's no restaurants on the property. However, you're a hop, skip, and a jump over to Mickey D's. And then I think there was like a Panera Bread. I don't know if it's still there. It's right next door to McDonald's. I mean, you could easily go and get some takeout and bring it back, or go out to have lunch or breakfast. There's another little diner right down the road. And it's right there. The 7-mile walk to the entrance of Disneyland. So I'm telling you, it's so fast. However, if you're tired at night and you're worried about that, there is no shuttle service. The 7-minute walk is dreamy. That was one of the #1 reasons we chose that hotel to start with, and then we kind of fell in love with it. Now I'm going to tell you about the Courtyard by Marriott theme park entrance. This is literally next door to the Hojo, a 6-minute walk to the entrance of Disneyland. And I'm talking like the front gate, like in the door. This is one of the higher end hotels that I'm going to be mentioning today. This can be an affordable option if you book it at the right time of year. I would say we spent like $350 to $400 per night to stay here. I think you can definitely get it less than that, but on average, that's probably kind of the going rate. You have to pay for valet parking here. It's at least $46. You have to pay for valet. It is reassuring to know that your car is super safe and all your stuff. So there's that. It has a restaurant, it has a little market, it has a gift shop, and all of those options are wonderful. They have great merchandise and great snacks. The facility is beautiful. They have bunk beds for families. They have a little dinette area with a booth in each of the rooms. So if you have your breakfast and you're bringing it into the facility, just easy and you're not sitting on a bed. The rooms are very nice. They have an epic water park, a huge surfside splash pad. They have a very narrow, long pool and a jacuzzi. And then they have some more adventurous water slides that are fun. This is a great age range of like 5 to 12, 5 to 15 would have a ball in there. Little kids would have fun in the splash pad and the pool, but these water slides are fun just to have that extra edge for like a little bit older kid. Beautiful views of Disneyland from this facility. But again, the walk is 6 minutes. It's so simple, and you have access to the same restaurants and fast food places that the Hojo has that I just mentioned, which is McDonald's and everything on Harbor Boulevard that's like right there, right by the entrance to Disneyland. This also has an airport shuttle that you can make reservations with. That's very helpful if you're flying in from out of town and you just want a quick drop into your hotel and have everything be aligned. That's a perk. As for the Disney vibe, there's an amazing Disney vibe. Like, I would say the majority of people are going to Disney. Again, there's like families with strollers cruising around. Everyone's packing for the day and they're hitting the parks early for rope drop. It's got the Disney vibe. People are having a wonderful family vacation, and I just love being immersed in the bubble. So staying right there on Harbor Boulevard really makes a difference in terms of being in the midst of all the magic. Now I'm going to tell you about the Westin Anaheim Resort. It has park view rooms. It has club lounge access, which is like a rooftop lounge and bar, and it's absolutely posh and decadent up there, and you have views of all around Anaheim, and you can see the Incredicoaster, like right there, all incredible. And it's just like fun. You can see a lot of DCA stuff. They have appetizers that are super fancy, and you can have drinks. And my daughter just absolutely loved it up there, and she was watching the Incredicoaster over and over and over again. It was hysterical. So that's like a fun, just sort of like perk for staying there. You do have to make reservations to be able to go up there. That's like a fun thing you could do the night you arrive, the day before you go to the park or whatever. It's a 15 to 20 minute walk to the parks, and you go around the side where Disneyland Hotel and property, like Disney property is. It was a little bit of a walk. Like, I would have to say, coming back, My feet were definitely hurting so bad. That was when I was wearing Converses. I didn't know the fancy rules that like you should wear regular, really good tennis shoes to Disney. If you have kids that are walking and not in strollers, just like out of stroller age, like it might be a tough walk for you. You can pick up the art, which again, I haven't been on before, but you can pick up the art shuttle right in front of this hotel, which is an amazing perk. So you do have a shuttle service. You will have to pay for that though. It's only like $6 for an adult and like $2.50 for a child. I think is doable. They have a family game area, which I did not see last time. I don't know if this is a newer thing that has like cornhole and like some other fun things. And like a little art station. So that's darling. Their pool was very adult. Their pool was beautiful. They have a huge long jacuzzi, these like sort of waterfall jets. They have cabanas you can rent, and then they have one big beautiful pool and lots of like lawn chairs, and they have poolside service so you can get grilled food, what have you. Kids love this, even though it is like more of an adult vibe, and their restaurant is really beautiful. So, and has good cuisine, so you could eat there if you wanted to in the night. And they have a breakfast buffet, but you do have to pay for that. Now I'm going to tell you about the Anaheim Majestic Garden Hotel. They have Japanese cuisine there. Love that. It's a beautiful facility. I love that it's a castle. They have a shuttle. I love properties that have their own shuttle, and you just hop on every half hour and get a direct ride to Disney. Super simple. We did this when Willow, my daughter, was 2, and it was just so refreshing to have a shuttle. However, we took, I think, the last shuttle home because we like to stay for a long time, and she was asleep in the stroller. But we waited, and they had to send like another shuttle around. We waited for a long time for a shuttle. So it's all about timing. Like, they're readily available, no one's on them in the day, but then at night they're jam-packed, so you have to prepare. And I would just ask for a pro tip when you get there and say, what is your best like time to pick up a shuttle on the way back? Like, when is it the least crowded, and how can I make this a little easier for my family? I would ask the driver on your way out. They have a bistro with a breakfast buffet and a deli. They have a lounge with light dinner and apps. They have their own princess because they're a castle, sweet little Princess Corinne. And you can do a meet and greet with her, and you can do a photo shoot with her, and she's at all their events, and so that's absolutely darling. I remember their pool to be a nice pool. It's very beautiful. They have cabanas. It's all Tudor style. The building is pretty, what's surrounding the pool area. I definitely feel like the Disney bubble is happening there. Like, you can buy your tickets there. Families are using the shuttle. It feels like people are there for Disney. And I'm sure they're there for many other things. I'm not trying to limit these hotels and their options and what they can draw customers in for, but I'm just saying, like, the vibe was definitely Disney strong, which I love. Affordability, I think this is one of the most affordable out of the 5 that I've recommended, including the Hojo being number 2 for affordability. Again, dependent on when you're booking these, but this is an affordable family place, and the shuttle service is a huge perk. The shuttle takes about 6 to 10 minutes, and it's free. There's no reservations needed. And again, the castle is magical and dreamy. So the rooms were really pretty too. I remember they had like a cool kind of modern chair in there. They were spacious, they were clean. Yeah, the rooms were really nice from what I remember. Now we're to the part of the video where I would like to share my pro tip for making your reservations. One thing that I cannot stand about Anaheim hotels is that you kind of feel like you're in the apocalypse now. Like, it sort of feels like just like a freaky industrial zone sometimes, depending on where your hotel's located and what angle you've got from your room. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you always pay for a room with a view, okay? So you want the pool view, you want the garden view, you want the Disneyland resort view. Even if it's like $100 more, $50 more, I really feel like it's absolutely worth it to get that view, because there have been multiple times in these hotels that I'm recommending where I opened the blinds in the morning, and I couldn't wait to get the heck home, because you just see freeways and you see just kind of industrial land and city sprawl. And that just makes me want to get out as fast as possible. That's one thing about staying on property that I love, is that you're sort of like surrounded in every direction. Even if it's a Disneyland hotel parking lot, it still kind of feels exciting in some weird way. So that's my pro tip, is if you're going to stay off property, make sure your view is good. Whatever cheap view you can get it, because it makes a difference. It makes a difference in how you feel about your stay there. My other pro tip is that you pack a continental breakfast of your own, because my family loves to rope drop. We're all about rope drop, and we barely even eat breakfast, but we do obviously need a protein, and we need to get going, and we need to have that fuel. I'm not gonna bother with the free buffets except for the day that I'm leaving the parks usually. So anyway, I bring like yogurt, some pastries. I'd love to get Mickey and Minnie plates, napkins, and cups, and I like kind of set up a little area that makes you feel like, ooh, I'm having a fun, fancy Disney breakfast. It happens to be the things that my kids are absolutely gonna eat and everyone loves, so that there's no fussiness with that, and it's like we got fed before our huge day. That's a pro tip, is just be prepared. Remember, there's usually a refrigerator and a microwave, so you can bring yogurts, bring your own spoons. You could bring some juice. Sometimes I've even brought boiled eggs. Maybe they have boiled eggs down on the market. I like to have a protein on hand. So you can bring your own cereal, all those things. And I always bring extra coffee and my own creamers. And now what you've been waiting for all along, which of these hotels is my favorite? It's a really hard one for me to say because I love them all. I thought I would be able to answer this a little easier. It's sort of like I'm torn between these two. I love the Courtyard Marriott theme park entrance because I feel like the water park is so fun, and I love that I can just like walk across the street to Disneyland, and it's so simple and everything's very elegant and nice. So I would say that I love that. Oh, one negative about the Courtyard Marriott front entrance is that you have to reserve your pool time. This is a big con for me because who knows, like when we want to take that break, you know, when we're at Disney, when we're really needing the break. I definitely would book the pool the day I'm leaving at a time that's like not gonna mess with like checking out of the hotel and packing up all my stuff. You can stay until noon the day that you depart, but you can only get one reservation per day, and I think it's like a 2 or 3 hour period of time. You have to wear wrist bracelets. It's 6 people maximum on that reservation, and you definitely need to get those like 30 days in advance because those book up fast. So you can only get them 30 days out from your trip, and you have to get them, I'm telling you. So I would book one for each day, even if you're not sure what you're gonna do. But that would be one con about that hotel, is that you are required to do these reservations, and then it kind of just makes it so you really have to pre-commit to those times and kind of rework your schedule around it. So I'm torn between the Courtyard Marriott and the Westin. The Westin for me is not ideal in terms of walking, but if I were to do it with the art shuttle, it could be my dream come true. I love the pool. I love the facility. It's gorgeous. I feel like it's luxurious. Price point can be pretty out of control, so it's like one of those where you gotta book it way in advance, and then it could be down to like $300, $250 to $400. Then it could go really high to like Disneyland hotel pricing. That it's not the best for kids, so I probably won't get to go back to the West. Courtyard Marriott theme park entrance is the one that I would want to go to again. Obviously I'm gonna go back to the Hojo because I love it. That's my home away from home. But if I could splurge, it would be the Marriott. I was also gonna note that I have stayed at the Disneyland Hotel a couple times, and it was a dream come true. So if you're ever getting to a point where you're booking something like pretty close in proximity to that price point, if you're like, I'm booking a hotel at the Marriott for $600 because it's, you know, peak season, and the Disneyland Hotel is like right in range, always scoop up on property. You probably already know that. but always scoop up on property reservations. They're really worth it for a full immersion kind of experience, and there's a lot of perks with those, which I will have in another video for you about my stay at the Disneyland Hotel. But if that price point's out of control, too crazy, definitely select one that I have mentioned out of the 5 amazing hotels that I just mentioned. So I started cutting up this video, and then I was like, oh, I promised that I would tell you my least favorite of all 5. My least favorite. This is hard because I actually love all of them and I would totally go to them, but my least favorite I think would be the Cambria Hotel. I feel like you're not in the Disneyland bubble. It's a little far out for me. I would never walk that again. We were so tired, and I know the art shuttle could be accessible and great, so that would be an option, but I kind of love just being able to walk to the park. It's like super simple to not have to fuss with the shuttles and whatnot. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this video. I really hope it helps you plan your trips, and I want you to reach out and comment if you have questions. I would love to give you some more feedback on it. Subscribe, and I will see you next time, bringing you all the magic every day. Thanks for being here.
This is the Incredicoaster. I'm gonna look for things. I see something. It's going right there, through that tunnel. It's gonna come back at the bottom, but we won't see it. I'm looking right there. Oh, there. It just went. Oh, it's right there. That's very cool.